So the theme of the work is a definition of sarcasm in news headlines. Here is our content. We will start by defining what sarcasm is, then about the usage of sarcasm in news, and then about sarcasm detection and popular machine learning matters for this, and then a few words about the data set. First of all, we need to detect the meaning under the word sarcasm. By the Cambridge Dictionary, sarcasm is the use of remarks that mean the opposite of what they say, maybe to hurt someone's feelings or to criticize something humorously. In general, sarcasm occurs when the literal meaning gives a different meaning from what the speaker wants to say. This often happens when the speakers want to mock the receiver, to hurt or amuse. Sarcasm is a form of exposure, which is equally inherent in journalism, polemics, and fiction. Here you can see a different sarcastic news headlines. For example, brand new 2020 fashion trend, a mess. Newspapers often seem to employ sarcasm in their headlines to grab readers' attention. However, more often than not, the readers find it difficult to detect the irony in the headlines and getting it wrong the idea about the particular news and further passing on their understanding to their friends and colleagues. So detecting sarcasm is difficult for humans, let alone computers. So a system that can automatically and reliably detect sarcasm is more important now than ever. The International Journal of Market Research did a research which showed that the adapted machine learning algorithms group was most frequently used in sarcasm detection tasks than the customized machine learning algorithms. Here you can see the chart which shows the frequency of LMA's group algorithms. The most popular are SVM and logistic regression method, followed by naive Bayes and random forest. SVM stands for Support Virtual Machine. The polarity method, which is natural language processing application, was used to categorize text sentiment and make it suitable for sarcasm detection. The general concept behind the use of this approach is that the sarcastic headlines should contain expressions that indicate the references to some words across the headlines. When a headline contains contradictional statement polarity without preference between them, it will be regarded as non-sarcastic. Word2Vec is a natural language processing application too. Here you can see an example. Words man and woman and their vectors. The number in vectors presents as colors, so the same colors mean close numbers. So the words are quite similar with the only difference, the gender, black and white. Logistic regression was also used to detect sarcasm mainly because it's mathematically related to linear discriminant analysis. When data labeling takes place, a straightforward labeling methods such as sarcastic and non-sarcastic can be used to effectively facilitate the detection of sarcasm. The naive bias was commonly used to classify polarity, positive and negative, indicating wherever the headline is sarcastic or non-sarcastic, the same as logistic regression. The random forest classifier is known to reduce the bias due to overfitting and class imbalance between headlines. So the common features of sarcasm detection. First is lexical features. They consist of unique words, phrases, or name entities. Lexical features can be used to recognize the polarity of a particular statement and making it possible to detect sarcasm. Symbols and figurative text are referred to pragmatic features, which are powerful indicator of identifying sarcasm. TF-IDF, numerical statistics that represent the importance of a word. is typically used to stop filtering words in text summarization and categorization application. Ambiguity. It happens if a word has many meanings, so it's more likely to be used in an ambiguous way. Then we have stamped features. They can reduce inflectional data forms and influencing the performance of the machine learning algorithm. Frequency-related features reflect the importance of the word. It can be applied in sarcasm classification in different ways. For example, to extract three main features: recessed word, frequency, frequency mean, and the frequency gap. POS tags were developed to categorize words based on their POS forms. It's commonly used in sentimental analysis because words such as nouns and pronouns usually not contain any sentiment, so these taggers can filter out such words. And the usage of synonyms would increase the performance of the classifier by processing different features that are relevant to the sarcasm detection path. It can enrich the training set to be used for training the classifier during the detection path. This news headlines data set for sarcasm detections is from Kaggle, collected from two news websites. The Onion aims at producing sarcastic versions of current events and non-sarcastic news headlines from HuffPost. The dataset consists about 28,000 text data points, where each data category belongs to sarcastic and non-sarcastic. As you can see here, the dataset is quite balanced. There is a need for preprocessing, removing symbols that do not contain useful information, such as punctuation, URLs, numbers, and stop words like articles. And in this work, I will build models for determining sarcasm based on the selected data set by several of the above methods and compare the results. Thanks for your attention.